American women began earning medical degrees in 1849, but when the United States entered into World War I in 1917, fewer than 4% of doctors were women. The Allied countries did not permit women to serve in the military as physicians, but there was a desperate need for doctors during and after the war. The American Women's Hospitals, or AWH, was founded by women physicians to provide medical care to the devastated parts of the Allied countries. World War I produced conflict and carnage, the likes of which had never been seen before. France, where much of the fighting took place, suffered the debilitating effects of what was known as the War to End All Wars. Living conditions in rural and already poor villages deteriorated dramatically. Local doctors were away at the front, leaving civilians more vulnerable to illness. The desire to advance in the medical profession and to relieve those suffering in wartime conditions prompted American women physicians to establish the first American Women's Hospital in France in 1918. When they arrived in France, the doctors of AWH found a war-torn countryside and villagers suffering from long-standing health problems made worse by wartime conditions. They did their medical work under extremely difficult circumstances and were welcomed and appreciated by local villagers. People who had experienced the hardships of World War I continued to suffer from its effects long after it ended. The AWH stayed on to restore the local populations to good health, and then moved on to work in areas where they were still needed. Historical documents such as letters, newspaper clippings, and photographs depict the work of women physicians in World War I. Explore the original source documents by reading and listening to form your own conclusions about the work of the American women's hospitals.